Good morning everyone and welcome to day 4 in Prague. It is slightly windy today, but overall still reasonable temperature at around 5 or 6 degrees. This morning we're having a bit of a more normal start to the morning, getting up at 9 o'clock. Slept really well, except one new guy in my room has full-blown sleep apnea. Like, I heard him at 11 or 12 last night. He couldn't actually breathe. It was so loud and so frustrating. And I just told him this morning he needs to go see a doctor. I'm definitely not one to shy away from telling someone exactly how it is, and he didn't even know sleep apnea existed. So I told him, you better go see a doctor. We're currently heading for a very interesting, definitely not traditional breakfast that I'm very looking forward to. The subsequent plan is to go past the tailor where I left my bag many moons ago. Hopefully she hasn't sold it to cover the costs. Then we are heading to King's Casino for day 2 of the main event. Last night I was doing some early in the money stage studying, because obviously with the different stages of a poker tournament, i.e. early deep stack stage, bubble stage, early in the money, deep in the money, final table, heads up. These are all very different sort of strategies that you'd want to implement. And I first went through my table. PokerStars releases a list of who's at your table. It's pretty cool. I've got Simon Husinec, who won the 2023 EPT Barcelona main event for $1.2 million. So that's pretty cool to have him at my table. Luckily he's short. Definitely do not want him with the stack. But the rest of my table varies between having cashes on Hendon Mob from $5,000 to about $250,000. So I'd say that's from very, very recreational amateur to strong amateur or strong rec. I think I'm second in chips at my table, which is very good. I've got a very big stack with 800 and something thousand. Just insane how someone accumulated from 30,000 to 800 in about 16 or 17 levels. So I'm feeling very good about today. Did a lot of studying yesterday, a lot of versus RFR. So that's when someone raises in front of you, what do you do behind them? Because opening ranges are very easy to memorize, even though they are never static. They're always shifting depending on the situation you're in. Like if I have the big stack on my right, that will be the most optimal, because then I can open a lot more into the shorter stacks, as they're less likely or less able to put the pressure back onto me, much like a big stack would. The blind level is going to start at the level that was the earliest of any of the flats to end. So it will probably be either 2,000, 4,000 or 2,000, 5,000. So you're going to be coming in with about 50 bigs, which is just absolute heaps. Feel very comfortable at that depth. I'm feeling a deep run. I don't know. I've just got that feeling. Hopefully there's my restaurant. Hopefully we are manifesting it, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the day. So again, we were seemingly benefiting from being solo. There was quite a big queue outside, and I walked in to see if there was any sort of bar option. Ended up being this small, very small 2-seater table. A throuple in front of me couldn't take it, so I quickly put up my hand and said I'm single. Came and sat on, immediately skipping the queue. Definitely needed to skip it in order to arrive at King's on time. As the name suggests, this restaurant is Coffee and Waffles. So we got a flat white coconut milk, as well as our breakfast, which will come shortly, and you'll see why I came all the way here. So as suggested in the name, we got a waffle for breakfast. Not just your typical everyday American style waffle. We got salmon, poached eggs, and avo waffle with some microgreens, as well as this delicious smelling coffee. A just found out that unfortunately the tailor doesn't open until 11, so it's going to be another morning where we don't fetch our bag. I really hope she keeps the bag for us and doesn't toss it out or sell it, but we've got a bit more time here, so I can take it a bit slow before heading to King's. Probably do a little bit more studying while just sitting here, review some stuff, review some charts, maybe some big blind defense. Let's pick that one to target, and this looks and smells amazing. So excited to tuck in. I kind of hope I don't get in trouble for this, but this streamer pass definitely came in handy this morning. There is a massive queue to get in here. I just walked straight to the front and said I need to get in to film. You got to get every day one of these like bracelets just to show that you sort of signed in, got the bracelet, walked straight in, and we are table 38 seat 6. We're about 15 minutes away from starting. I did do the blind versus blind and some big blind defense charts, some interesting stuff. So it looks like we are starting at 3,000, 6,000, we've got 235k. Very excited. I think it's going to be a great day. Okay, so it looks like either I made a slight mistake or they shuffled things around, but our table is quite a lot tougher than I initially thought. We've got some very well-respected mid-stakes players, a few guys with $1 million plus on the Hendon mob, excluding Salmon. So we're in for a tough day, but I really enjoy playing against tough players. It allows me to really play my A game and not have to worry about specific exploits that I'm unaware of. I really just have to play well, play theoretically optimal, and there are some sort of exploits that you can do against the more GTO and theoretical players. By playing in a theoretically sound way, you're able to re-exploit them. I won't give out too many details as to my reasonings and thoughts, but they are. Hopefully we can just play our best and the deck cooperates. Still lucky. And we busted. Pretty upset. The day did not go as planned at all. So I busted in 374 out of 4,732. Obviously can't be that disappointed, but very annoyed with a couple of things. Off the bat, Simon Visiak, the EPT Barcelona main event winner, he shoved the cutoff. He shoved the cutoff for 58,000. I looked at a queens in the big blind, snap call, super happy. Ace on the river. It was actually crazy watching him. That was the only double up that he got. Started with 58,000 and he has 700 and something thousand left. So really just shows his skill. Like, he played phenomenally. But I got milked really hard in one hand, where I didn't think the person would go that thin for value, and they did. On a 4 flush board, they value bet top pair, and I called them with top pair with the worst kicker. But yeah, it's always upsetting busting a tournament, no matter how well you did or how many players you got through. A little bit disappointed, but I'm going to get my cash out and then either go check out the cash game area or finally go collect my bag at the tailor, which is not far away. So we got our payout ticket, 2,730 euros. Obviously cannot complain about that, but that's kind of a reason why I say that I prefer cash games, because the first night sharing the cash game I made more than that. Subtle brag. And it was significantly easier than battling for 2 days through 4,000 odd players, and certainly more consistent than doing that. So but anywho, Happy, cashed the first event, got the Czech flag on my hand and mob. The next event that I'm going to be playing is the 2,200 euro high roller, which will be tomorrow. And I checked that the Poker Players Party that I always am a big fan of, that PokerStars puts on phenomenal events for the players, I am going to be here for, so we're going to be able to participate in that as well. So I actually realized that I'm feeling quite hungry. So before we proceed with the rest of the activities of the day, I decided to come here to Restaurace Husinec, hope I'm pronouncing that right, that specializes in Czech duck and goose. Apparently their soup is also fantastic, so we're gonna make our way inside this very small, very interesting looking building and go for lunch.
Hands held high, raise them up to the sky, never let them low, only thought you should know. Hands held high, raise them up to the sky, never let them low, go, go. I got about 100 reasons to leave the party, but I will not. Got a lot of meaning to get to you when I'm in a spot. Thought about what's the season, oh yeah, summer feeling so hot. I could burn in my slumber, turn the lights off and let the beat drop. I'm the meanest rapper, meaning I feed on rappers a lot. I'm obscene, I need not encouragement, this is the courage I got. Got a buzz going, so people heard of me, then I pop. Kinda was going, how you gonna tell me I gotta stop?
So I decided for a bit of a change, we're gonna start off with some soup. Comes highly recommended per Google. It's like a beef broth or beef bouillon soup. Yeah, it smells super fragrant, as well as half and half beer, so it's half dark, half light. Okay, and now for the main course. Specialty of a quarter duck with red dumplings, sour cabbage. Just looks unbelievable. I love duck. Cannot wait to dig into this. Just wrapped up lunch. That soup was unbelievable. It was so rich and deep in meaty flavor, just excellent. That duck was also unbelievable. All in all, super happy with meal. Just making sure I don't get hit by a car. Yeah, all in all, excellent meal, but I am stuffed. Obviously, hearty beef soup and duck with potato dumplings is not the lightest of meals. So I'm gonna walk across the street here to the National Museum, one of the top items on my bucket list that I'm getting able to see now, and I'm not exactly sure how long it will take me. It's a very large building, so might be anything from an hour to a few hours, and then the plan is to make my way back over to King's for a cash game. It is the Eureka High Roller tomorrow, which I will certainly be playing. So obviously can't play a cash game till very late. That's why I'd prefer to start early and end, let's say, around 11ish. That would be the goal. But for now, let's check out this museum.
Only thought you should know. Hands held high, raise them up to the sky, never let them low. Go, go, go. I'm independent, I write them into my pen. If you want to party tonight, put them in the air like a pennant. I blow with the breeze, flow with the ease, and eat all my spinach. I'm cold, I'm low in degrees, I can freeze a fiend in a minute. Demeaning rappers to me is too easy, need a new image. So many fighters around, I should quit and be.
It's possibly the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, but they are forbidding me from using my gimbal. They said I'm allowed to take videos and whatever, just not allowed to use a stick. I don't know what difference that makes, but I'm very sorry that this is going to be quite the unstable viewing. I'm going to try my best, but the gimbal makes a big difference.
Just you wait, listen for the storm. Hear the difference in the wind. When dark clouds form and start to turn, I'll run again. Far away when the hurricane comes in. Well, I'm the only island in the way, but I was born to fight the wind and rain. Sometimes a man will keep himself in shame, mask a painful past he overcame. you've been steady, building steam like a thunderhead. Armed and ready with the lies you overheard. Well, strike me down like a lightning in the dark. Deliver me the fate I must deserve. Oh, don't you? I just wait and listen for the storm. You can hear the difference in the wind. When the dark clouds form and start to turn, I'll run again. Far away when the hurricane comes in. When the dark clouds form and start to turn, I'll run again. Far away when the hurricane, oh, that old hurricane comes.
This museum is actually so big that I am running out of time. It's kind of closing in 5 or 6 minutes, so we haven't seen exactly everything, but I've seen everything for the most part. Yeah, just the grandeur. I mean, look at this main hall. It is just so spectacular. It just really gives me the vibes of 1800s-ish Europe. The gold inlays and just spectacular. This is so detailed that I'm going to try my best to give everyone snippets without making it too dragging. But if anyone is planning a trip to Prague, highly recommend coming to this museum. I certainly did not expect to see fossils and mammoths and those types of things in here, but they truly do cover this land from millions of years ago up until a few years ago. So very comprehensive of the whole Czech area's history. So that wraps up the museum. Right in front of the museum, or rather overlooking from the museum, is Wenceslas Square, very famous in Prague, and Strava's. We're definitely going to take a stroll through there now before heading to King's. It's beautiful. All the trees are adorned with these fairy lights, making the whole area just magically beautiful for the festive season here. Okay, so with Wenceslas Square comes the Christmas market. We've been to the Old Town Christmas market, which is considered by most to be a better market, but seeing as we're here, I'm not super hungry, so might just get a couple of snacks, and that'll be it for food for the day before heading to King's for some cash. But let's come in with an open mind and explore. So we are here with the 2022 WSOP Main Event winner, Espanol-Stat. How is EPT going so far?
So far, no luck. I bricked everything I played so far, but I think I'm second or third in chips in this 25k now, so maybe this can be, maybe we can turn it around.
Excellent. Just one piece of advice for my viewers. What do you think is the most important element of running super deep in very large field events?
Be patient. Don't give up. You can always spin it up. I was super short after day 1. Like I had a third of a starting stack, and then on day 2 I spun it up and kept building. So just never give up. If it's a very big field soft tournament, you always have people who are looking to give you their chips in various ways. So wait for that to happen, and yeah, don't give up.
Thank you so much, and best of luck.
Cheers. Thank you. Good luck.
That was so awesome. I really love hunting these super pros. So cool that Espen stopped to give me an interview. I know he was in a super rush on break. Such a nice guy. Just very happy that I got that interview. I was on a very lengthy call for the last hour and a half. That's why I haven't really vlogged anything. I didn't even vlog the Christmas market properly. It was just a very important call. Now that's over. Now we are headed to the cash game room. Gonna play a cash session for maybe like 4 or 5 hours. Hopefully can run well and book a profit before the high roller. Just absolutely pumping tonight. The tables are full right to the back there. I really hope I'm going to be able to get a seat tonight. Let's see the board. Okay, luckily they just opened up a new table, so went to get some chips, and we're only 4-handed at the moment. Just sit open. Okay, so we just wrapped up the cash game session, booked a small profit, but I had such an entertaining table. I had a Polish pro to my right who I conversed with at length, and then
Are you starring the internet?
YouTube.
That's the man, believe me, that's the man.
Everyone here is just so friendly. The conversation is great. Everyone is laughing. It makes it so enjoyable to play in this environment. I mean, there are really people from all over the world having so much fun. Yeah, the room is packed, and it just makes it such a great experience playing poker in such a fun and talkative environment. It's very different to the seriousness of tournaments, but that really is one of the reasons why I love cash games. It's so light-hearted and social, even if you are there to absolutely crush each other. But I have one hand breakdown that I'm going to do outside the room after cashing up. Okay, so I'd say the hand breakdown is less of a hand breakdown and more of a, I don't know, tilt rant / expose on exactly why these games are good during the series. Playing 2-5, I open under the gun with the ace-9 of spades to 15, +1 calls, hijack calls, cutoff calls, and button calls. Big Blind, who was a Polish pro, very good player, squeezes. I was 100% sure. I was anticipating the squeeze from him. So he squeezes it up to 120. 120, great size. I was anticipating this from him, and I know he can do this exceptionally light, so I put in the 4-bet. I know it's quite light, but I'm exploiting his sort of theoretically correct move, and that's kind of what I was speaking about in an earlier vlog, about exploiting the more theoretically sound players. This is one of those instances of, I know he's squeezing correctly, therefore I can re-squeeze him wider. I make it 375, and it folds to this old man in the hijack who calls all in for 200. So I'm like, fuck. He just like flattered a much better hand than me. Big Blind folds. I flip over my cards. I go once or twice. He goes once. And he shows 6-5 offsuit. I was like, what is going on? I don't want to play against that hand. That hand has 30-35% equity against me. I'm more than happy to take down the pot pre-flop with no rake. I don't know if these guys behind me are trying to get in the vlog or not, but yeah, so he calls, flops a 5 and holds. So it was so annoying. I just tapped the table and said nice hand, stacked him 20 minutes later, so all's well that ends well. But that just surely highlights the ridiculousness of these games during the series. A lot of local players who don't really play poker come in for the half. Some tournament players who are certainly not well versed in cash games, and I had this debate at the table. Are pure tournament players good cash game players? And in my eyes, absolutely not. Tournaments are very different fundamentally to cash games. Tournament players do not know how to play super deep stack. Cash games, in my experience, have just absolutely crushed the pure tournament players with no cash experience. So I would argue that that is the case, but opinions may differ. For now, it is currently 12 o'clock. Making my way over to the tram. Gonna catch the tram, head to bed head to bed as soon as possible, and then we have got the high roller tomorrow. It's not really a European high roller, but €2,200 high roller, 40-minute levels again, which quick but very comfortable with. I'm really feeling confident and hoping that the cards just cooperate and we can make another somewhat of a deep run. So that's it for today, and see you all tomorrow.